Jared Fyock and Jeff Larch are $100,000 richer right now than you were yesterday. How's it feel this morning?
Well, it feels great. I mean, there's nothing, I can't say anything bad about having a little money in the bank.
No, that's not a bad deal at all. Jeff, it got a little tough there. The bite slowed down from practice to the actual tournament. But were you ever in doubt that you could go out and catch fish?
Well, to be honest with you, before we ever even started the tournament, we just kind of halfway found a place, didn't really fish it hard, and we thought, man, let's go out there and see what happens. If we get knocked out on day one, then man, we'll go home, we'll do some bow hunting, and that was really our thing. And to pull out first place day one, we're like, man, what a crazy fluke. Yeah. And then after day two, to come out with a pound 75 lead, I was like, man, crazy works. How's this? Surely we can't do it the third day. And then, it's just a crazy roller coaster the whole way through this whole thing.
Whole really way through, it's just magical. The way it turns out sometimes, the stories are just awesome. With it all over now, tell us how you were catching your fish.
Well, what we were doing, we were using several different presentations. I think we had 7 rods tied up with different stuff. He would, using the live scope, would drop a different profile bait than I'd have, and if the fish didn't like it, I'd drop right back in there on top of it and either catch it or we'd swap to a different one. But the fish were, really finicky. Some of them were, as soon as they see it, would come up and nail it, and some of them we had to sit there and fight with for 3 or 4 minutes.
Man, we chased some fish 250 yards
really?
Before we caught them.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
With live scope, you can do that. You can see them.
Yeah, and the thing is we were trying to target fish that we knew were only tournament grade fish, and we weren't going to waste time catching fish that we knew weren't going to get us there.
Yeah.
And we just chased, and basically day one we were like, hey man, we're just going to do this, and if we don't catch 7, we don't catch 7, and then we caught 7 right ones. So it's like day 2, we're repeating the same process.
Yeah.
Chase them down if we got to, and just keep pestering them until we bite. We're not taking no for an answer.
Yeah, there you go. Now, you guys back in your home state of Arkansas are guides. You guide for a living. So do you guide on the river much, or was this new to you, the Red River?
Well, Millwood, where I guide, is a river system lake. So a lot of times we'll run up river and get back in those oxbows, same as they have here. Obviously, it's a little bit littler. Little River's a little bit smaller than the Red, but same kind of deal. Fighting the same obstacles that we fight on Millwood every day.
Yep, and when you fish a river, there's certain things that can hurt you, can booger your boat up pretty bad. You got to be careful.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm telling you what, the Red River's an absolutely phenomenal fishery. Tons of great fish, great looking fish. They're healthy, the whole 9 yards. And yes, there was unfortunately people that tore their boats up here. And I think that plays to the fact that there were people with no river background coming here, not understanding how jetties work and things like that, and where to exercise caution. But if you're cautious moving around on this river down here, you can come down here and have a great time catching tons of good fish.
Yeah, you said it there, if you're cautious. So folks don't need to hesitate to bring the boat with them when they come to the Shreveport, Bossier City area.
Absolutely.
Go fishing.
Yeah, absolutely. Come down here and go fishing. But look, if you don't know where you're going, man, just idle.
Yeah.
It's real simple. And there's tons of people around here that live right close to the river. If you go to the marina, people can steer you in the right direction and say, hey man, you don't want to cut across these areas here. And you've got commercial fishermen on the river that have, buoys on their nets and stuff. Obviously, if you're seeing buoys or jugs floating, steer clear of those areas. If you're seeing any kind of visible structure, the odds say there's twice as much under the water you can't see.
Yeah.
So, steer clear of those areas unless you're in there with your trolling motor fishing.
Yeah, be careful. River's always changing, currents moving stuff around, and there's new logs there that haven't been there before.
Or sandbars for that matter. You got to watch for that too.
Yep, that's right. Jared, if you just wanted to be completely safe with it all, hire a guide. I know you're not opposed to that.
Absolutely not. That's the safest answer. The guides are doing it every day. We know what to look for. We know where to fish. We know if you want to bring your family out and have a great time fishing, contact X Series Fishing and Tours or River Valley Fishing and Tours, and we'll get you hooked up, get you a great day on the water, and get you your freezer full of crappie.
Yep, I'm going to talk about that. What waters do you guide on? And then I'll get to you, Jeff.
I guide mainly on Millwood Lake, which is right outside of Texarkana. It's a 29,000 acre reservoir and
famous for crappie, Millwood.
Famous for the big crappie. The average crappie that we catch is about 1.75 pounds. We catch them up to 3 pounds, a little bigger, but It's a great fishery. It's usually never a problem to catch 30 or 40, maybe even 50 head of crappie a day. So.
Wow. What are your length limits, and how many can we keep in Arkansas?
Well, we keep 30 apiece. Length limits, we don't have one on Millwood, but we don't usually catch anything, that we don't comfortably want to keep.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Those easy to fillet fish.
Absolutely.
Do you catch good tasting fish? What I want to know.
Crappie,
Well, all of your crappie taste good.
every stinking one of them tastes good.
How about you, Jeff? Where do you guide?
So I guide on several different lakes, Nimrod, Millwood, Blue Mountain, Lake Dardanelle, and a few other small ones that are here and there. And it really just kind of goes towards what a client wants to do. Do the client want to catch numbers? Do they want to catch numbers of decent fish? Or do they want to try to target trophy fish? Those are all trips that we offer. I also guide walleye trips in Arkansas, which most people don't know about.
Wow.
We only do that 3 months
That's a
out of the
well-kept
year.
secret.
Yeah, it definitely is. And you're talking about table fare, they're right there with crappie. It's a cool thing to do, but we also catch crappie in the process of walleye fishing. So
I
we
think
can
I may
offer
be
it
in
all.
heaven all of a sudden here.
Absolutely, it's a really fun change up to go do that. But primarily crappie is my main thing, and we do love Millwood. We absolutely love Millwood. We also work together, so if anybody wants to do a corporate trip, we have other guides that work for us as well.
Yep.
We can accommodate those bigger groups to come down and actually be able to take everybody out on a great adventure, whether it's family or corporate. We've got you covered on that.
Hey, and I've seen their equipment. It's first class. You're not going to sink. You're going to fish with good stuff in your hands. Jeff, if they want to reach out to you and fish Dardanelle and your string of lakes, where do they go?
You can go to River Valley Fishing and Tours on Facebook, or you can hit me up on Facebook, and we can get you hooked up with wherever you really want to go and how you want to do it. Now, we are going to venture over this year a little bit into Grenada and Mississippi and do some trophy fish trips, and that's all we're going to go and target is we're going to go over there and try to put people on 3-pound fish so they can get a good picture of it. And hopefully they'll exercise catch and release with it and have a good story to tell, and hopefully somebody else will have one with the same fish later down the road.
Yep, there you go. Hey, about Jared, if we want to come down and fish some famous water with you and take home a big, nice mess of crappie, where do we go?
Go to X Series Fishing and Tours on Facebook, or they can look at xseriesfishing.com. It's my website. Or find me on Facebook, Jared Fyock, Fyock, and I'd love to get you booked on a trip. Take you fishing.
Hey, Fyock doesn't spell foul. Your family has jacked this up somewhere along the line.
I think it was about 3 grandpas ago. But yeah, for all my
That's
life, I've
thrown
been
your
finding
teachers
that out.
off all your life, hasn't it?
All my life.
Everybody he's met.
I tell you what, I've had a lot of fun with
I bet
last
you
name.
have. You made a tackle in college or in high school, and the announcer said that's Fyock on the tackle, didn't he?
Every time. There's no question. Nobody has gotten it right.
Congratulations, guys. $100,000. You are the 2021 Mr. Crappie champions.
Yes, sir, man. We appreciate the congratulations on that. It's Cloud 9. Don't even know how to accept it yet. Hadn't even set in fully.